Doing good, waiting on reels to be repaired. How many hours do you have left? Hey, Thilius, thanks for the follow and welcome. Did y'all see how quick we got that fish on at 3 in the morning? I'm not used to catching fish in the middle of the night like that in this spot. I was more just practicing where I wanted to cast. It's probably a random thing there. Hour and a half more. Nice. What are you fishing while you're waiting? Like, are you at least using that time to do a little fishing for something? Hey, what's up, Razor? Welcome back, Razor. Oh. And Blajo, thanks for the follow. Neon, greetings. Jancooks, early stream. It's only 11 at your place. Nice. Glad I could get going before midnight. Yeah, we're doing well, Razor. Thanks for asking.
Challenge. Challenge accepted.
Phoenix, way to get it started off with a bang. Thank you for the sub. Burchand, first time chatter, greetings. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. So somebody in-game chat's asking what we're fishing for today. Wow. And now Phileas comes in with the prime sub. And Zachario. Sorry, I missed the one in between. Zachario, thank you so much for the support. Phileas, thank you as well. Any upcoming episodes of Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2? Neon asks. No, although next time there's a playtesting session, if there's any new material, then I will try to take a look at it. I certainly enjoy doing those episodes. They're on a bit of a in-between state right now, so we're kind of waiting on new content or just early access release, which sounds like will be coming around the corner. You know what, Crick? I would probably say that if you're going to go by consensus, if you asked a lot of high-level players that have used both of those reels, my guess is that you would probably get more people saying go Tagara. The Tagara reels, so if you get used to using a Tagara, then you switch to Megara, you kind of feel like the Megara is a slower reel. Takes longer to get bigger fish in. It is slightly stronger, and it does have a bigger spool, the Megara does. But overall, I think the Tagara is the preferable reel to a lot of people. As you may know, I have 3 Megaras that I use for carp fishing. But the first one I purchased when they first came out, both Megaras and Tagaras came out at the same time, right? The second one, I won as one of the Fish of the Week competitions. And so once I had 2 of them, I got a third just to have a complete set. I also, by that time, had a Tagara as well. And I would sort of say the same thing. To me, again, if I was starting over with those purchases, I would probably go Tagara, but it's close. I mean, I really like the Megaras, but... Oh, is that right, Razor? Where the super small waterfall is? I know where you're talking about. We'll see how it goes down here. Maybe I'll move. We'll see. That's a tough question to answer, Phoenix. It kind of depends on what reel you're using. And I would say as long as the test of the rod and the max kilos of the rod obviously works for the reel, for the setup you're using, then I'd say those sort of lower to mid-range feeder rods, I mean, they're all pretty similar, right? They're not going to have bonuses. So it's really personal preference at that point. Thank you, Kush. Yeah, we are doing well, and happy Memorial Day weekend to you as well. You're using the Adriatica. So that's a what, 6.5 reel, if I'm not mistaken? Ooh. So far, so good down here. You never know, Neon. Honestly, sometimes I just get in the mood to do that. Obviously, I would wait a little longer on RF4 for another leveling guide because it hasn't been that long since my last one. But in terms of Fishing Planet, probably not a leveling guide. You never know. With me, you never know. What I have played around with Fishing Planet a little bit is working on, some of those missions that they have. But so many of the early ones are so easy that I just didn't necessarily see the value in making videos on them. But as I get up to a little higher level missions, it might be interesting to do some of those. So we'll see. I don't know. I will definitely, I anticipate that I will at some point do another RF4 leveling guide. But it's just waiting till the right time. I feel like the one that I just finished not that long ago is still relevant. And so there's no burning need for it. And it also just helps me to let a little more time go by before I jump back into that. Hey, what's up, Wrangler? Glad you could join us. I'm fishing at Tunguska right at the end of the creek where it turns into the larger river, or the end of the stream, I guess. I'm just doing this during the day. What I anticipate doing is fishing here for this one day, and then maybe going to Amber, doing some carp fishing. Yeah, I would definitely do that, Phoenix. No matter what else you're doing, the sooner you can save for that, the more options you'll have, both in bottom fishing and spin fishing with those reels, honestly. So that's always a good plan. It just means, especially for folks that haven't been playing the game too terribly long, it's a long save, right? It's a little bit of a grind, but it's worth it. What are you trying to load, Wrangler? Have you logged a lot of hours on Fishing Planet, Berchand? A mod pack that's really big. What game are you playing, Wrangler? Are you talking about my audio settings, Jan Cooks? Minecraft, nice. Well, that's cool, Berchan. Yeah, that's I know that it's like, I've always heard it described, because I've never even dipped my toes into tournaments like the high level stuff on Fishing Planet, but I've heard it basically said you've got almost like two separate games. All of Fishing Planet and then Fishing Planet for the people that do the tournaments. It's another nice brownie. Would you agree with that? My PC died 18 months ago. Just got around to rebuilding it. Kept the case, the drives, and the GPU. Interesting. So are you back online? I mean, able to play games and stuff at this point, Zachary? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jan Cooks. Yeah, no. I hear you. I know why they do it that way, but it is jarring. It is really jarring. Oh, that's interesting, Berchand. I don't know that I've ever heard someone put it exactly like that, but that's really interesting. I think they have the best competition system, but just not so fun. Just not fun just to fish. Interesting. Oh, is that right, Wrangler? Close to a leather trophy, huh? 6494. I've had a couple of common trophies the last couple of days, which has been fun, but haven't even had any like medium-sized rares. Just all my rares have been 4 to 6 kilos, basically. So I don't know. I might try. I know there's the spot at the pond. Also across from Peg 1 seems to be doing pretty good. And I also am liking 6494. So I don't know where we'll actually go, but might start with 6494, but we'll see. Waiting on a new body of water. You agree with him, Kirk Blaze? That's interesting. Nice brown trout. $3.8, nice. The pond died for you, so you went to 83 145. Yeah, that's the spot I was talking about across from Peg 1, right? It's pretty good time to time some rare. Have you done 6494 as well, Jan Cooks? How would you compare it to 6494? Yeah, I know what you mean, Razor. Soon be president. Papa Dak, thanks for the follow. All right, so morning hours we did really well. Now the question is, can we still catch some reasonable fish as it gets later morning and early afternoon? Hopefully we'll get a lucky cafe order or something too. A couple of those Arctics or something. You haven't been there yet? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's all I've been fishing the last 3 or 4 or 5 days. It's been pretty good. I mean, I've made a good bit of silver there. I don't know how it'll be to stream fishing from there. I just don't have a good feel for what the bite rate's really like, because normally I'm tabbed out and then I hear the bells go off and grab the fish. It's more of a like, you know, because of the rares, you're making the silver because you're catching, you know, a common carp trophy, pretty decent average size fish, and then, you know, all you need is a couple decent rares and all of a sudden your silver jumps up. Walk the dog, what does it mean? It's just a, it's basically like just like twitching the top water lure across the water. I'm doing it by shift reeling on 50 speed, but you could also do it on, you know, a slower speed, and then you would just right click to twitch it, and it just sort of jerks the top water lure across the top of the water a little bit, and it, in the game it calls it, you know, walking the dog. So you see that slack in my line after each little jerk. The easiest way to walk the dog, well, it's going to depend on your setup and the lure you're using, but you often can do it this way, which is to have it at top speed retrieval, hold down shift, and then just do like a second or two of retrieval, and it sort of just jerks it across the water and you get that walk the dog message. But if that's not working, the other thing you can do is just do a much slower speed and right click to get the walk the dog. So I'll show you what I mean in a minute here. But if this works, if shift reeling works, it's, you know, it's probably the easiest way. So like if we wanted to do, I'll try 30. We'll see if this works. We just go it across and we immediately start reeling, and then we're just right clicking every, you know, little bit of time, and you get the same message. So again, both work, both will catch fish. You're still getting that walking the dog retrieval message. It's just a little bit of a different method to do it. So you're not shift reeling. This is just sort of doing it normal with the right click. If you use the shift reel, you're not ever hitting right click. You're just shift reeling and pausing. Yesterday, Ladoga Arch was really good for me, trolling in 5 days. Cashed out 4.5 silver. 2 trophy, 1 Xander, 1 smelt. That's really good though. I mean, it's hard to match that kind of silver when Arch is doing pretty well like that. Last time I fished at Arch though, I hooked into a monster and chased it, and then it finally went off the map, you know? So it was like, you got to have the gear for it and you got to be prepared. I wasn't even thinking about it. If I had run my boat up in front of it, I could have changed the direction. I didn't even think about the fact that it was pulling me off the map. It was brutal. 110003. So that's more the normal way to walk the dog. Again, it's just, if the shift reel works, to me it's a little more mindless, you know. Especially when I'm streaming, it's just like, okay, I can get walk the dog whether I'm looking or not. 110003 on Archie. Oh, okay, cool. There's a brown trout. That's a nice grayling. 733. I waited too long that time. You always spot the end of the map at the last moment. They need bigger buoy. Yeah, buoys. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just, again, I hadn't even been. If I had opened up my map just to noticed where I was, but you kind of get dialed in. You're not really thinking about it. You're just sort of trying to keep the fish on and not get totally wrecked. So I don't know. By the way, in case anybody's interested, I'm running a 6.4 liter. It's a little scary. I mean, if we hit an Arctic, I mean, there's definitely some fish we theoretically could hit right here that we might not be able to get in. But and then we're doing the popper with the size 6 ultra trebles. Which seems to be working really well. Sounds like Razor's saying that if we go up to the small waterfall, it's also working well up there. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just shift reeling it. Obviously, you don't have to. You can do it regular way, but yeah, that's a good point. CRLJO1. That's a good point. That's the risk you run if you're trying to get in front of it so it doesn't swim off the map. You also are creating whatever the opposite of tension is, and slack. You're creating slack, so you may just lose the fish anyway. But I'd rather take that chance than, let him swim off. It's best to try to get ahead of him at an angle and then sort of angle back in. So you kind of need some time to set it up. So again, if I had been looking at the map, it's something I would have done long in advance before it got to the boundary. But this was probably a sturgeon. I mean, I was running huge equipment. So this wasn't like a salmon. This was a slow, steady spooling. Yeah, that's the other good point. You don't lose the lure if the fish just falls off. Amber. I would say amber right now, Zachary, because you can do okay even without PVA. What's up, Amar? How you doing, buddy? Especially if you can set up in the pond, so you don't have to worry about getting spooled. Oh, you've got spod? Yeah, then definitely. What you getting into, Amar? Yeah, there you go. Use Tutti Frutti corn. That'll help not get too big a fish, at least too often. Is that the spot? Is that the pod spot? Pond spot, Crick? What's up, Gravy? Not too much. Oh, nice. I think you mentioned that last time when we were sending messages back and forth. Two caviar corns are active and you're in turn. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good old caviar. Yeah, I thought about trying that spot again too, Gravy. It looks like it's still doing pretty well, yeah. Fallout 76. That's interesting, Amar. Oh, really? So you're getting, are you using ground bait or anything, Gravy? So without PVA, you're catching some nice wilds, huh? Wait, what? Oh. Captain Lockheed, you're not in my chat, are you? Somebody just called a blue buffalo. That is awesome. You're spotting. I gotcha. Yeah, there was too much griefing in Fallout 76 for my taste when it first came out. I think they fixed it over the year, like about it by a year later or so. I think it's better now, right? Bad Juju says, I would have gone to Tuba, but the weather looks bad. How's Amber? I didn't even think about looking at weather, but I was planning on going to Amber. It's fine. Amber looks fine. Two corn, not four. Okay. So just 2 corn and dip, huh? You got Fallout for Draka. Is he enjoying it, Amar? I could see Draka getting into that game. Yeah, I did a little bit of that too, physician. Christmas neutral boilies and vanilla pellets. They seem to work pretty well, I agree. That sounds about right, Amar. It's crazy that they have like actual NPCs in that game now. I mean, it's pretty different than when it first came out. Although I was fine, that part didn't bother me because it was like it kind of fit with the setting that you just had like recordings and robots and stuff that was sort of, you know, you were interacting with to get the quest to like further your adventure or whatever. I mean, I think it's cool that they did add NPCs, but that really didn't bother me. Oh, bad juju. Was that at 64.94 or somewhere else? I still don't have a rare trophy. $64.94. It's crazy. There's like 3 different spots right now that people have caught rare trophies at, you know, like recently. That I know of. There may be more than that. Oh, big heads are coming in at that spot now? See, it's been a while since I fished there, but what, like 5 days ago or something? Maybe a little more. But there were 0 big heads. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, surely I'm going to eventually see 1 big head. Never did. Oh, that's awesome, grumpy old bad boy. That's amazing. Yeah, 64.94 has been really good for me as well. Isn't there a Tutti Frutti dip? Yeah. Gravy said hello.
Hey, Gravy. To me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gravy. And everyone else.
Yeah. Mrs. M. Dog says hello. Grats on 40, physician. Wait, is that the soft cap? 40 to 41? I think it is, right? That's so interesting. Yeah, I never caught a big head. I was probably only there for 2 hours total, but 90 mil. 90 mil, which I've only, you know, 43 to 44 is only 67.5. So I guess by what, level 45 to 46 or something like that, we'll be back up to what it is for 40 to 41. There you go. 45, 46 is 90 million. So you're pretty much back up to that point, but not till. That's crazy. Oh, is Yama going through some hot weather? Has it been that way for a while? Wait, 380 million? What are you at? Are you at 50 or what? $50 to 51, that's how much it is? Whew. Holy cow. That's insane. I just got a better percent chance to gain skill levels. You've been sitting at 80.2 forever. Oh, you need. Gotcha. PGA's on there, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm not sure. Has it been? I'm not sure that it's confirmed that they are adding new skill trees, right? Are we just assuming that if they add fly fishing, it'll have a new tree? Is that what you're thinking, physician? I'm sure there's a way they could do it without doing that. I mean, you may be right, but I don't think it's been confirmed, right? It could be like its own little subcategory of spin, or I mean, I don't know. All right, Amar, thanks for stopping by. It's always great to have you. Mrs. M Dog says, "See you later, Amar." She won't actually see you later, but you know what she means. Yes. Yeah, I could see that too. More sea fishing gear. Maybe rods especially. Yeah, that's possible. I didn't see the RF4 stream last weekend. Hints about what? Well, she won't see you unless we come to England. Then she might see you. We got to get to England.
Yeah, we do.
Our little trip to England. A new skill tree. So you don't mean like a new, completely redesigned skill tree. You mean adding an actual new skill tree to the mix. Yes, it's topwater lure. Is that a dog? I am using a topwater lure. If that's the question. It hasn't been that long ago that I fished at Yama. Every once in a while, you see some spots on VK that seem to work pretty well. Oh, gotcha, dog lure. I got you. I'm tracking with you. That's what I've always thought, physician, is that if they want to go that direction, it would be really cool to expand the whole lure crafting category with some crazy fly tying stuff. You know, there's so much you could do there if you wanted to go that direction. Pike. Also, very strong hints at non-Russian maps, which is a big change in direction. Elwood seems to be talking about bass. Wow. That would be interesting. So, the VOD is still there. On Twitch or YouTube? And it's RF4's official channel, right? Not Elwood's channel. RF4 admin or whatever. Summer stream 8 days ago. All right, I'm gonna post this in chat in case anybody wants to watch this. All right, there's the RF4 admin summer stream from 8 days ago. I'll take a look at it later after I'm done. What do you think, Megara or straight to Venga? To me, it all depends on. First of all, I think the Megara Tagara question is still a thing. But if you've decided you want to go Megara, then it's all about: are you planning on fishing bigger fish than carp? Or are you going to just pretty much all be about carp fishing? Because if you want to do stuff bigger than carp, it might be worth just saving up for the Venga. If you're pretty much going to be focused on carp fishing, you don't need more power than the Tagara Megara. You just want sturgeons? Well, go to Venga. Forget Megara. Go to Venga. Right, chat? Isn't that the answer? Fairly new to the game, just learned you can fall off the small docks while drilling. Sadly, after about 10 minutes drilling, a huge perch. Welcome to the stream and welcome to RF4. And yes, it's true. You can sort of glitch into the water at times and get teleported back to base and lose your fish. Doesn't happen a lot, but there's still some places where it can happen, I think.
Challenge. Challenge accepted.
Ooh.
A little birdie told me something, and it might mean you'll be around. That means we can get back on time for me showing off how much commitment you have. Your wife should be Jiao's winking face. Less than 3.
Welcome back, Draka. Thank you for 59 months of subscription support. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying Fallout 67, 76, whatever it is, with Amar. Fallout 4 Online. Now with more NPCs. Oh, I'm glad you did not have a fish on when that happened, Zachary. Ooh, man, I love catching those buffaloes. Draka says, I'm glad to be on this ride with you from the first time you streamed actual action games to now helping me fall asleep after work with fishing games. Draka. Oh, big Draka. It's right side of that 4133 dock. Oh, that's where you fell in at, Zachary? Wow. All right, it's nighttime. We have done our due diligence. We've ultralighted and caught a few graylings and brown trout and stuff here at Tunguska. So now I'm gonna take a bio break in a second, and then we're gonna come back and do a little carp fishing, I think. Well, you do have the possibility of getting swiped by bears and teleported back to camp at Yama, if that counts, Draka. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about.